Hey everybody, welcome to week 3 of class. A couple things this week. Quick overview. We're going to be looking at a period of history known as the Gilded Age. This is a post-Civil War period where you see the rise of large corporations, very large businesses, such as Standard Oil, run by John D. Rockefeller, or Carnegie Steel, run by Andrew Carnegie. Vanderbilt, who was significant in the railroads, and J.P. Morgan, who was a significant financier and banker. These individuals, among others, are referred to as the captains of industry by some, or negatively known as robber barons by others. But during this time, what you see is a lot of wealth being concentrated in the hands of very few people, such as those individuals I've already mentioned. And supporting these large businesses were many laborers, including a significant number of immigrants, which we mentioned and spoke about last week. And as we will find this week through the lecture, the immigrants who helped support these robber barons, these captains of industry, lived in very menial, mediocre types of conditions in tenements. And we're going to be looking at a video of a man who wrote a book. His name was Jacob Riis, an immigrant himself, and he wrote a book called How the Other Half Lived. And so we're going to be taking a look at the Gilded Age to sort of look at the comparison and the contrasts, the very wealthy with those who were not very wealthy. And at the end of the lecture, we're going to be asking some questions about how did some people get wealthy? What were the theories that were forwarded during this period? To help explain why some people, like John D. Rockefeller, could become billionaires, while others, like your general laboring immigrant, simply was living in a tenement house with very little resources. And so, interesting topics this week. I hope you will be interested in that. A couple of other things. One, about your discussion boards. One of the things I want you to be aware of is that I always respond to your main posts, and I always leave behind comments and questions to your main posts. And increasingly, I'm responding also to the posts that you give to other students. And one of the things I want you to do is just to go in and look at the comments that I'm making, because a lot of times I'm asking you for additional input or asking you to elaborate on something because I want you to go deeper into the content and into the material, and I'm hoping to be able to give you more points. So always look at the comments that I give to you, both on your main posts and your subsequent posts to other students. And if I do respond to you, please be sure to respond to me. Now, responding to me isn't necessarily going to count towards your one response to another student. Even if you respond to me, you still need to respond to another student. But always, always, if I leave you a comment or question, please respond to that. Finally, just be thinking about your final paper. By the end of this week, and definitely by the end of week 4, I would like to hear from most of you via email about what topic you'd be thinking you'd like to do for your final paper. I just want to make sure that we are starting on that sooner rather than later. So let me know what you're thinking, and I'll do the best that I can to help you out with that. So I think that's all I have for you, so I will bid you adieu. And with that, I will ask that you go in peace, be warm and filled, may the force be with you, and live long and prosper. All right, guys, be blessed.